At Sussex Downs College, preparation for the introduction of the Qualifications and Credit Framework, or QCF, in September 2010 is well underway.
On the QCF, there are a lot more qualifications that allow us to build up small, bite-sized chunks of learning, for example. We can combine different certificates together to create a full-time program in a way that those kind of big, blocky programs didn't allow us to do. And we can also accommodate learners who are coming to us not just in September, but in December, in February, and throughout the academic year.
In preparation for the QCF, a pilot project is running at Sussex Downs College that looks at the ways students are accepted onto foundation learning, entry-level and Level 1 courses.
When this project was proposed, it fitted very neatly with some of the concerns that we had at the college about the retention rates of our foundation learners. Effectively, our foundation learners were underperforming compared with Level 2, Level 3 learners, and indeed as a college we were underperforming against other colleges for foundation learners.
To combat this, the pilot offered an enhanced Information, Advice and Guidance Process, IAG, to allow the college to make sure learners were applying for the right course for their skills, and to reveal any gaps in their skill set, so-called spiky profiles.
The principles around foundation learning is that a learner should be able to come into a college programme and have their skills deficit met. So if that learner has decided that their destination is, say, an apprenticeship, and as a result of what we're looking at in terms of GCSEs and also in terms of a diagnostic assessment, you can see quite clearly that there is deficits in these areas of their skills, then you can create a programme that will just kind of match that up and then get them to their destination.
The pilot project focused on 2 courses, painting and decorating and motor vehicles. Personal tutors already working at the college were asked to examine applications for these courses with a view to interviewing learners to discuss any concerns the tutors had.
So qualifications are questionable?
Yes, qualifications questionable, you're right.
Doesn't look like he's filled that in either, does it? Looks like someone else has maybe filled that in. And there was all sorts of things we looked for, the school that they'd been to, the attendance percentage for school, their qualifications, the reference, who'd filled out the application form, because sometimes the handwriting differed, all sorts of things we looked for that just made us think, oh, I'm not quite sure about that student, whether or not they've applied for the right course.
About a third of the applications that I looked at were seen as perhaps identifying vulnerable learners or learners who had spiky profiles. So previously, had that not happened, those third of those learners would have just gone straight out to the curriculum area and had, their interview in motor vehicle or brickwork or carpentry. So those 1/3 learners were asked to come in for an interview with the personal tutors.
And the enhanced IAG focused on personal and social development, also addressed in the foundation learning curriculum.
It's very much looking at the background and the support mechanisms that a student may need when they come onto a course. So we're looking at what support do they need in terms of learner support, housing support, or any other issues that may interfere with their learning progress.
After tutors spent time with the applicants, they were able to make informed decisions as to whether the learner had applied for the right course and had the appropriate level of functional skills.
Which course have you applied for, September?
Public services.
The tutors' depth of knowledge of the whole college offer allowed them to suggest alternative courses where appropriate.
I had a student who'd applied for the motor vehicle course, the Level 1 motor vehicle course. And when I questioned him further, he didn't really have very much interest in it, other than the fact that his dad was in the trade. And so when we pursued it further, he was actually interested in photography and media. And so I directed him that way. We will work across all different areas of the campus. We're not always, for instance, I work in IT at the moment, I haven't always. And so you just generally get a much better feel for the college and the types of qualifications available. Yeah. And so that's why it was beneficial personal tutors doing this.
Okay. With learners on the right course, it's hoped retention rates will improve. But ultimately, this enhanced IAG offer is designed to ensure that learners have the key skills required for employment at the end of their time at college.
Not just employable in one area, but to give them as many transferable skills as possible. And what we need to avoid, and something that foundation learning will help us to avoid, is learners who become quite skilled, say in a vocational area, but their literacy and numeracy skills remain very low.
To this end, students are also encouraged to complete a work skills qualification, such as skills for business or personal life skills, alongside their vocational course.
The unit that I've just finished delivering is managing money, so that's given them a taste of sort of financial affairs and how to invest money.
And these courses can be tailored to learners' needs.
We could have some students in the class working at entry level 3, we could have some students working at class at level 1. They're doing the same qualification but just at a different level, which would meet their differentiation needs.
The pilot is ongoing.
What we're looking at for next academic year is to implement these screening interviews throughout the whole of the entry and level 1 curriculum areas to make sure that all of those learners have that screening process and they have that opportunity to get a much better understanding of what's on offer at the college.
A key aspect of the rollout will be CPD, particularly focusing on the delivery of functional skills.
Now we're in a situation where we are delivering functional skills, and we're delivering functional skills at all the entry levels, entry 1, 2 and 3 and level 1. And that really means that we're having to build up students' basic skill levels with maths, English and ICT. You do need to have a very skilled staff team to do that, and that's something as a college that we're really looking into developing.
With better understanding of the needs of each learner, the college can then tailor courses for individuals.
If you've got the right student on the right course, motivation is increased. Motivation is increased, they're more likely to attend. If they attend, then that feeds into hopefully passing their qualification, and actually achievement means funding for us as a college. So it's a win-win situation. Student gets what they want, curriculum get what they want, college gets what they want.
We say that we're preparing learners for the world of work. We're not just developing their individual skills to become an excellent painter and decorator or motor vehicle mechanic, where we're looking to develop their skills so that they can go on to level 2 and level 3, but also we're preparing them in the sorts of skills that employers need: good timekeeping, good attitude, self-discipline, self-motivation. So we try and develop their skills to make them work ready so that they become excellent employees of the future.
By reviewing the IAG process, Sussex Downs College is bringing the aims of the QCF and foundation learning to life.